welcome back to another episode of the Natty Teacher. I'm your host with the most. Who else but the Natty Teacher? It's early, man. 6:30 a.m. I am on my way to the gym for a solid push B session. Excited, pumped up, jazzed up. Had a great pre-workout meal a little while ago. Just popped the pre-workout a few minutes ago. Nice and hydrated. Feeling good, man. Feeling good. A little sleepy. I kind of got to bed a little later than I would have liked to. Probably, I still got probably a good 6.5 hours of sleep, so it's not like I got like 3 hours of sleep or something. But for me, I really try to shoot for that 7 to 8 hour range on the low end. So 6.5 is close. It's close. But would have liked to have gotten a little bit more. So, yeah, man. Push B session coming at you. When it comes to, and this is just a little piece of advice for you, I guess I'm going to kind of rant for a second here. Why not? When it comes to training and how many meals you should eat before you train, here is my recommendation. No matter what, and this is specifically for bodybuilding in particular, okay? And we're not talking about cardio here. Not talking about cardio. I'm talking specifically trying to get like stronger and make more progress in the gym, okay? Weight training. My recommendation would be no less than one meal. You could absolutely get away with one meal for sure, especially if it is a more like nutrient dense meal, for sure. Absolutely can get away with one meal. But I would say no less than one meal. Get a meal in, let it sit for a little bit, let it sit for a half hour, whatever, whatever the amount of time is that you need your body needs to start to get that process going. Let it sit, let it digest, soak in a little bit, then head out to the gym after that. So again, no less than one, man. Get no less than one, man. But just a little tip, just a little piece of advice. Do as much fasted cardio as you want, that's fine. But fasted weight training, I guess I can understand the concept of you like a really, 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 really super large meal, super late at night, and then you get up in the morning and, hydrate and drink a pre-workout or whatever, and then go, maybe eat a little something, just like something on the way to the gym or something. But even then, man, I would really try to work it around your schedule to where you can eat at least one meal directly before the gym. That would be my piece of advice for you. Just an opinion and a piece of advice. Take it or leave it. It's totally up to you. But anyways, yeah, man. First exercise on the docket will be some variation of an incline fly. I'm going to see how busy the gym is because we only have the one cable tower. So I'd love to do like incline cable flies to start. That'd be awesome. But if it's relatively busy this morning, I probably will just do incline dumbbell flies, purely because I do not want to take up both sides of the only cable stack that we have in the gym. I just don't want to be that guy where, people are waiting for me to get something done. You can just do dumbbell flies. Those are great too. So, some sort of incline fly variation will be coming at you. Just as also a heads up, I apologize for the really crappy camera angles. I totally left I have this little mini tripod thing I use. I left that at the other gym I hit legs at, in Oxford. So, yeah, I don't go back there till Tuesday, so I'm going to try to see if there's a way I can get it before then. But that's a relatively long-ish drive for me right now. So I kind of doubt that I'll go out there just to get that. So, sorry if the next few days, if the camera angles are a little off. I'll try to find the, try to prop it up against stuff and all that, try to find the best angles as I can. So, anyway, some sort of incline flying variation coming at you right about now. First exercise on the docket, as promised, some sort of incline flying variation. And we had people using the cable, so wanted to grab some dumbbells. Now, you don't need to go absorbently heavy with incline flies. This is something I definitely plan on continuing to progressively overload, but I'm more worried about the control, tempo, and getting a really good deep stretch. I think these are, maybe the 50-pound dumbbells. We did 2 working sets here. Again, really focusing, you can see I'm really controlling that tempo on the way down. opening up that chest and keeping the dumbbells high on the chest. Make sure those dumbbells don't sway down towards the lower pec. We're really trying to, emphasize the upper pec here with not only the incline, but also the placement of the hands and keeping them lined up with the upper chest. Control that tempo and stretch on the way down. Get a nice squeeze at the top, but don't bring the dumbbells all the way together. Close, very close. It almost looks like they're touching, so they're close, but they actually are not fully touching. You can see that there's a little bit of space there, and we're really trying to, again, emphasize that constant tension on the chest and make sure that we're getting a good pump and a good squeeze. I love this exercise. I think it's great. Again, no need to go grab 120-pound dumbbells for incline flies. If you can do it for this type of form, dude, that's awesome. You're like the strongest incline flyer of all time. But my recommendation would be to pick a weight that is challenging, but one that you can comfortably do in that 12 to 20 rep range. Again, we did 2 total working sets here. Did do some mobility work to get everything opened up. Some plate work as well to kind of warm up the rotator cuffs and what have you. Only needed, I felt pretty warm, so I only did like 2 warm-up sets here, but yeah, 2 working sets. So, next up, a low incline Smith machine press, but with a pause. You can see when we hit the bottom here, we are actually stopping completely and then coming back up. So again, this is 1 notch above flat, something I'm not really used to, but actually got a phenomenal upper chest pump out of here, even though I was bringing the bar down to the lower chest. But we did 3 working sets here. This is 2 plates and a 10. I know it's hard to see the 10 on the side. Then we did 2 plates as a back off set, and then 185 as a following back off set. Now, at this point, I was fried, so I wasn't overly concerned about the weight, more about the control and the repetitions. So we got some high incline dumbbell press here. But you can see that I am bringing those dumbbells all the way down and actually hitting a nice 1, 2, 3 count, hit the bottom, and then come up hard. Okay, this one we did 2 working sets. This was the top set. Dropped the weight roughly, 15%-ish? Roughly about 15% after this, somewhere between 15, not quite 20%. So about 15% off, 15% less weight after this. Did a following back off set, and that was it as far as our upper chest front delt work for the day. Then we have a kind of newer variation to an exercise I've done a million times, a cable side lateral, but what we're doing here is we're actually trying to follow, I'm trying to create like the letter Y here. Call it a Y raise, standing Y raise, whatever you want here, but essentially what we're doing is a cuff cable side lateral, but instead of coming straight out to the side and up, we're actually trying to keep the back hand, the back of the hand, you can see it right there, and drag that up towards the ceiling, but keeping the hand, it's hard to describe the cue here, but kind of keeping the hand faced back a little bit. Again, I know I'm screwing up the explanation here. I don't mean to. It's very hard for me to cue this like verbally, but essentially trying to drive the back of the palm towards the ceiling. Then long rope tricep extension here. I got caught, you can see it got hitched there. I got caught on the hood of my sweatshirt. Usually I do this in a tank top, but I was just feeling wearing a sweatshirt for the majority of my workout today. So I actually got hitched on my sweatshirt. I was like, gosh dang it. So we did a top set here. We used the same weight for a second working set as well. Again, you can see I'm really emphasizing that stretch to the point where the hands actually disappear in behind the shoulders. And then, drive those hands up and out towards the ceiling. I felt pretty good on these. Again, so stayed with this same weight, lost a couple reps off that, and then dropped the weight from there just under 20%, grind it out, and then did a back off set. So 3 total working sets here. Terrible camera angle on this one, I apologize. I totally forgot my tripod. So just was propped up against a blender bottle, so you can't really see the full stretch here. But this is just a good old Meadows push down. Again, taking those 2 D handles, pointing them in towards each other, and driving straight down. Felt like I was using a little bit too much shoulders here, so we probably will lighten the load next time and shoot for a few more reps and just kind of hold that squeeze a little bit more at the bottom. But felt good. So we did 3 working sets here, short breaks in between triceps as well. I would say for triceps, a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, but really I found a minute to a minute and a half seems to work best for me. But again, I used a little bit too much shoulders here. Was really trying to squeeze out those last couple reps, but you gotta love the grind here. All right, push B workout complete. Awesome workout, man. Oh my Lord. Just the workouts right now with this fuel, with this food, they're just going so good. They really, really are. They feel so good. Like my pumps are great, contractions are great. I don't feel achy. I don't feel, fatigued. I feel like I can just power through everything. So now it's about putting on that strength a little bit, but in the proper way. I was super, super proud of myself for how I pressed today. I really took the ego out, didn't go as heavy as I probably would have, and slowed everything down, paused, controlled. Dude, the pumps I got out of that were insane. The pumps I got out of my pressing movements. It was awesome. Awesome. 12 out of 10, 15 out of 10, 20 out of 10. I don't know. Phenomenal. A++, man. Extra credit earned for sure. Phenomenal workout. So, yeah. Tomorrow will be an afternoon workout. So, a little bit later on in the day, I'll have 2 meals in me by the time I get to the gym tomorrow instead of one. My mother-in-law is coming over to spend some time with our daughter. So, she's going to hang out with her for a couple hours, and I'm going to go get my workout in. Then, all we have left today is a little bit of our little calf routine. So just our standing calf raises at home and our body weight tibialis raises. And I do 100 reps of each, one weighted, one, like I said, tibialis raises are body weight. So just basically as many sets as it takes to get to 100 reps. So I'm training calves every single day. That is my goal this off season, or one of many goals this off season. So until like they physically cannot be trained, then I'll take a rest day. But until then, if I still feel like I got a little juice in the tank, we're going for it. And then cardio. Still have a half-hour cardio later on. Keep that endurance up, guys. I'm telling you, please, at least a couple days a week, even if it's going on walks, keep your cardio in. You don't have to do it 7 days a week like I am. Yeah, that is not necessary. But for me, I honestly just really enjoy cardio. It's a mental thing for me. Like, I like the idea of getting up and moving my body and pumping that blood and all that kind of fun stuff. I feel like it really has a lot of super solid benefits for recovery and for moving blood around in the body, keeping your body stoked up a little bit to keep your fat accumulation a little bit lower. There is absolutely no one is ever going to convince me that doing cardio in the off season is a bad thing, and that it's going to, you're also not going to convince me that those who do cardio versus those who don't do cardio, unless genetics plays a huge role in this, of course, but just in a general sense, even with genetics tied in, nobody's ever going to convince me that doing cardio in the off season, or one person doing cardio in the off season versus somebody not doing cardio in the off season, that person who is doing cardio absolutely is going to stay at least a touch, most likely pretty significantly leaner. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. It's crazy. I don't care what science reads. If you want to be in a major caloric surplus and you want to grow, you have to do this. Do your cardio. Like there's just people doing research to make excuses to not do cardio. That's all it is. Do your cardio, man. Stay in shape. Keep that heart healthy. You know what I mean? As you're putting on tissue, more muscle and, probably a little bit more fat too. When you're putting that on, you need to keep your heart healthy. People want to look at the health of their skin, look at the health of their body and muscles and digestion. You got to keep your heart healthy too, man. So keep that in mind. Do your cardio. That's the moral of the story. That's there's your daily assignment for this summer school series. Do your cardio, cutting or bulking. Do your cardio. Whatever you got to do, man. Anyways, join me tomorrow. We have our pull B session. This one also has a handful of new exercises that I'm super excited about, including a couple old school ones, some old school exercises for the back. I'm very excited, dude. I'm pumped. I'm just like, as this week has gone on, getting back into training after my week off after my show, dude, I am freaking excited. Staying lean. I can literally physically see that I'm getting larger and filling out, but not losing really much of the conditioning. Obviously, I'm not fully depleted by any means. I'm very full right now, but still consuming like 4,000 calories a day right now. 500 grams of carbs or so. Keeping protein high, fats medium high. I'm just staying real lean and not really accumulating a ton of fat right now. So we're going to continue to run the program we're running for these next couple weeks, make adjustments as necessary, and go from there. So anyways, again, join me tomorrow for my pull B session. Can't wait. I'm excited. Have an extra meal in me tomorrow too, so the pumps should be absolutely out of this world. I just on a whole nother solar system. I'm excited, man. But yeah, for today, summer school is out, but just for today. I'll be back tomorrow. I promise. I don't break promises, man. I don't make promises I can't keep anymore. And I'm the Natty Teacher. in summer school, at least for today, is out. Hasta mañana.